Commissioner Court will come in order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by the prayer. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And Commissioner Williams, will you please lead us into prayer?
Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this day that you have bestowed upon us. Father, be with us as we do the business of Mills County. Father, bless each one of us here and those of Mills County. Bless our land with some more rain. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Okay, good morning again, everybody. Hope everyone had a good weekend. We have a quorum today on this June the 10th. Going to number 2, review and act on minutes of May 22nd and June the 2nd. We'll go through there, please, Commissioners, see if there's any changes or additions we need to make.
Make motion will approve the minutes presented to it for May 22nd and June 2nd.
Okay. Okay, motion has been made by Commissioner Wright, second by Commissioner Williams. Any other discussion? All those in favor of approving the minutes of May 22nd, June 2nd, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. Number 3, audience with individuals. We had a person named Nate Lindsay sign up. I don't know when they signed up. Nate Lindsay's not in the courtroom. So since we do not see Nate Lindsay, we'll move forward to number 4. Review and act on accounts payable.
Could that have been from JP or last week?
I don't know.
There when I came in. It's
Oh, okay.
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 Well, I unlocked the door. Like I said, I never saw anybody up here. I unlocked the door.
I'll look, make sure we got that.
Okay.
So I don't know. Anyway, Nate Lindsay, if you're listening, we'll look forward to hearing from you next Commissioners Court meeting. Moving on, number 4, review and act on accounts payable. In your Commissioner's packet, all the payables are in here, folks. All departments, as always, have been very busy.
So on precinct 3, Old Man Iron Dirt Works settled up your account, but he hadn't set it up anybody else's, is that?
Yeah, he should have. He settled up with me too.
I haven't heard from him.
I gave
him your
layouts, so he was supposed to do it.
Okay. And he did yours too?
Yes, sir. You did, else also, and. There's that money.
So yours is not on here, Robert.
That's because I'm still in the positive.
What?
I'm still in the positive. He still owes me 272 yards.
So you still have credit with him?
Mm-hmm.
Not a
And
problem.
that's not even on this budget. No. We did buy a couple of tires for the haul trailer.
Yeah, I saw that.
Got one of them out at the barn. And somebody had a problem. Different size tires. I don't know, Summer, was that check in here for the dirt? I mean,
Be probably the very last page on the last fund,
it's all
for
I
the
see.
page for the next fund. Hold on, there were $3,348, page 17.
That's what I said.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's when we were actually building the pad for the building the set on 30,000.
372 yards.
So we should be, everybody should be pretty familiar with. Old Iron Dirt Works.
Well, thank you for doing that.
Okay,
I make a motion that we approve the accounts payable.
Second it.
okay, a motion's been made by Commissioner Williams to approve the accounts payable. A second has been made by Commissioner Head. Any other discussion? All those in favor of approving the accounts payable, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. Consent agenda.
Am I reading this right? Or is it a typo on Mills County Sheriff's Office? Out of county bills. L'Oreal just, it's got 6 people, but $600, is that? Sound right? That just for like one day apiece? Couple of them,
I don't know.
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Isn't it? What is it, $75 a day right now?
Yeah.
No, I think it's
It's
75.
over 100. I can't remember what the rate is now.
75 is the max. 75 is the max.
Right.
I mean, I don't know if it can give us.
I know, I just, it just kind of 6 people, $600, I just. That had to be a day of peace, so,
Particularly when you have Devin from Callahan for now.
well, yeah, I just kind of. Kind of cut my eye, but anyway,
That doesn't make any sense to me. I haven't seen. Maybe I haven't seen the invoices yet for this year.
On. On the sheriff of the EMS. It says 71 calls. For EMS, and on the EMS is 53. So they EMS don't count if they get called back or what?
Okay, state your question again, please.
Well, on the total calls for service EMS, it says 71 on the sheriff department. And the 50 total calls for service on the EMS is 53. I'm trying to figure out where.
Well, sometimes they don't pick people up. They just go out to the house, I think. I don't know if that makes a difference or not.
You know.
That PT evaluation, no treatment, no transport.
Yeah.
yeah, so if you had your 10, you're at 63. But yeah, you're still right, it's not adding up, so. Unless it's the. Canceled PT contract, no PT contract. That's still not enough to add it up. You're good catch. I need to double check on that.
Because even up here, it says total events of 53.
Yeah.
So I guess it.
And we'll make a comment. Our veteran service officer, Craig Wright, slowly healing. He's got a dislocated elbow from a fall. So as he states in the bottom, it says sort of makes it difficult to fill these claims. And he's always extremely busy taking care of our veterans. So thank you, Mr. Craig Wright, for your dedicated work.
Well, that's not coinciding that we need to approve.
You talking about the
EMS one
EMS?
and sheriff's department.
I don't know.
I mean, I think you're nitpicking on that. You don't know what's going to for EMS versus what's going to be for the sheriff's office.
Yeah.
They might have never matched.
They should.
They'll start the match.
I just happened to see it when I was going through it.
Yeah.
It doesn't, I mean, it may be different time frames too, you know.
Okay, any other questions, comments on the consent agenda?
Have the conversation.
Pardon?
Somebody from EMS on Zoom.
No one's on Zoom, I've been told today, correct, Miss Jackie? Jackie, can you hear me? Yes,
The
you
only other person on is Judge Kim Avance. But she normally comes on.
Okay, so
Yeah.
yes, to answer your question, there's no one from EMS on Zoom.
No, no, sir.
Well, we can reach out and double check it. We can approve the consent agenda except for that. EMS report.
Okay, would you like to make a
Yeah, I'll
motion?
make that motion. I make the motion, we approve the consent agenda, pulling out of the Hamilton EMS report to verify totals there.
Okay, Commissioner Williams has made a motion to approve the consent agenda, except for the Hamilton EMS, so we get more information on that. Do I hear a second on that?
Second.
Second's been made by Commissioner Head. Any other discussion? All those in favor of approving the consent agenda minus the Hamilton EMS, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. Okay, yeah, we'll get some more information on that. Commissioner Williams, thank you. Moving on to action agenda number 5, consider an act on outdoor burning and fireworks ban. As you know, this time last year was a complete 180 difference. We're in a burn ban. We canceled any kind of fireworks display. I was going to read this one paragraph. I think every year about this time, there's a local government code 352.051 that authorizes the Commissioner's Court to adopt an order regulating certain fireworks in the unincorporated areas of the county under drought conditions. The statute provides that the order must be adopted before June 15th of each year for the 4th of July period. And I'll read one of the sentence. If your county is designated a drought area and your court wishes to adopt such an order, action must be taken before the deadline. Again, as I stated, this has been a much better year than last year. And we do have a business or two that does fireworks. And of course, the forecast for us this week, hopefully we'll get more rain for the rest of the month and summer.
So what we would be saying here in this one is if we didn't take any action, that means that they can buy the fireworks and sell them.
I believe
Let's
that's,
say if it comes up closer to July the 1st or whatever, and we want to put a burn ban on, we can, but we can't stop the fireworks sale.
I believe, County Attorney Hale, is that your interpretation? Y'all done this many times before.
Yeah. So this is just approving the firework ban.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the fireworks thing has this deadline, I mean, it's an industry, people sell fireworks. So you can't just cut the rug out, pull the rug out, and it's the last minute, so they can do it.
Yeah.
So that's why it's in there.
Okay. And again, the deadline date is June 15th,
Which is this week.
which is this week. Yes, this will be what, Friday, Thursday or sometime, Wednesday or Thursday. Anyway, and I think it's much better this year. We have been blessed some rains. And I don't see right now any reason to adopt this.
I don't see any action, no action.
No action needed.
Okay.
So since there's no action needed, do we need to vote on this?
Right, you have.
Yeah, so I have to vote.
Put in ban, don't do easily.
Yeah, so you're not doing it.
So no action needed, we can move on. Okay. No actions needed, and we're moving on. Number 6, consider an act on approving surety bonds for Deputy Treasurer Debbie Gerba, Deputy Caleb Hobson, and Deputy Zachary Sandlin. These bonds we do for all workers for the county. County Treasurer Summer, any comments you want to add to these 3 bonds every year? Okay.
I make a motion, we approve the security bonds for Deputy Treasurer Debbie Gerba, Deputy Caleb Hobson, and Deputy Zachary Sandelin.
Okay, and I'll second that motion. So motion's been made by Commissioner Williams to approve the surety bonds for the three mentioned deputies and treasurer, the Deputy Sandlin, Hobson, and Deputy Treasurer Gerba. Commissioner Williams made the motion. I made a second. Any other discussion on these? All those in favor of approving these surety bonds, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. Number 7, consider an act on prominence painting add-on proposal. Mr. Burns, I'll get this started. So there was I don't know where to start. I guess we'll start there. He might come on up. So this was an add-on regarding some work that Prominence Painting has been doing for the last week or so.
Yeah.
And there's 2 places up on the 3rd floor, or maybe 3, the quilting room, the historical room, along with Tom Guthrie's office was one. And I'll let you take over from here.
Yeah, what I'd like to do is I'd like to put that off till the next commissioner's court, so I can get a more accurate add-on. We got to do some changes. One of there were 3 add-ons at this point. With their interior wall repairs. One's in the historic room, 2 in the quilting room. But there were some places that were that were in the proposal to be repaired. And we're not going to be able to do that, which we'll talk about here in a minute. So we need to redo that add-on. And I'll bring it up in the next commissioner's report, if that's okay.
And Mr. Burns, you want to go and discuss those foot deals on the doors? As I'll start it off, then you can finish it up. So I think most commissioners have seen the wood rot in the doors, and what happened, Prominence Painting was going to paint this east side door and do some work on it. And they put that, I call it a foot jack. The proper term is what? Door kick.
Well, long story short, we had some wood rot back when we did the hill bench. And we put those door shoes on to help prevent the wood rot. And it turns out that was a mistake on my part because it made it worse. So Prominence Painting, when they came, we had one door that was broken. So when they pulled the shoe off to repair it, they noticed that the rot had gone halfway up to the bottom of that, up to the glass. So pulled the shoes off the rest of the doors, and all the doors have wood rot, every one of them. They had wood rot originally, but it wasn't very bad. We put the shoes on to keep it from getting worse. And the shoe ended up holding water inside it, which made it worse. So now we have door rot at the bottom of all the doors. The 2 solutions, one would be to put a steel plate on each side and bolt it. And we started to do that, but the weight of the doors, the weight of that's going to be too much for the hinges. So that was not a solution. Plus, you're just putting a Band-Aid on something rotten. The other solution would be to replace the doors.
And I'll add, I skipped on to number 8, which is kind of tied into this number 7. So I want to state number 7 will table till next commissioner's court meeting, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And we're in the number 8, gentlemen, considering Acton courthouse entrance door replacements. I'll add on, there is a gentleman, we're getting some quotes from Prominence on
We
the,
got, I'm waiting to hear from Prominence Painting. He knows a wood door guy. We're waiting to hear from Shan Seward. And we're also waiting on Basic IDIQ has 2 different door guys. They do historical buildings. So presently, we're waiting right now on the proposals.
one question was brought up, can we get aluminum door or can we get a fiberglass door? And the answer to all those is no, no,
Yeah,
no.
I contacted Eva Osborne, Texas Historical Commission, and she said the only thing she will approve is going back with the exact same type of doors, the same size. Everything has to match, so it can't be aluminum, it can't be fiberglass, it has to be wood. I don't necessarily agree with that, and I would like to challenge that if I can find a way to do it. But I just don't agree with that because this is going to be and I spoke to her about it, and I said, well, this is just going to be an ongoing thing. Every 10, 12 years, we're going to have to replace doors because the water's going to hit the wood and make it wet and there you go. She said, no, if you keep it painted, blah, blah, blah. I disagree with that, but I'm all
And commissioners, the preliminary numbers for new doors is very expensive. So we're reaching out to, like he said, Shannon Sewer does custom work. Maybe he can, see if we can find some, cheaper alternative.
When they approve these doors, historical do, can we override that approval? How does that work?
That's what I'm gonna look into because, as it stands right now,
Because maybe we ought to look at, you know, aluminum and glass doors. We've tried to do that several years ago.
and I agree with you. And when I brought that up to Eve Osborne, who is our contact, and any construction we do on this building, if there's gonna be a change in the way it looks, we have to submit a work permit, a building permit to Austin, and they have to approve it. So, that's the thing. She is our contact in this region. And so I don't want to use the term go over her head, but I'd like to contact another official in Austin and see if we can.
Well,
Who pays for that? Who pays for the door? This Mills County?
we do.
So we should have a choice on what we put.
It seems that way, doesn't it?
Well, back when we got a substantial grant from the Texas State to renovate this courthouse, that was in the fine print. If you had to maintain the historical presence of the courthouse the way it was back in the day, and if we violate that provision, then they could make the county repay the grant. And that's what happened. So.
And the grant was $5 million or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, like me and Guy was talking about, you know, like we did, was able to do fiberglass doors. I mean, you get the wood grain look already, you paint it and you stain it and everything else.
There are a couple of exceptions that I know of. One of them is security. If there's an issue like saying putting in security cameras or locks or things like that, that overrides the historical value. As far as that would be my argument, is the doors is a security issue.
You know, that came up on the railing up in balcony of the courthouse. We had courthouse and people up there one day, somebody nearly fell over the edge. And we decided to put up a safety rail up there and call the historical people, and they said, oh my gosh, yes, so that's not a problem. You go ahead and do it, that's a security / safety issue, it wasn't a problem, but again, they listed and said, do it.
Right.
Well, the biggest problem I got.
Saying don't do it, I'd be a little bit.
Sure.
Do it.
We want to work with them. Biggest problem I got, the preliminary estimates, $40,000 possibly, up to 40,000.
When Ed Smith was here, before I took the job, I think he told me that he had an estimate done and it's like $10,000 per set of doors. We have 4 sets of doors.
Ooh, a lot of money.
Because there was, he was even talking about it back then, because we have issues on the north and south door. Whenever that wind blows, if you open this north door and this south door gets open at the same time, it's a wind tunnel. And it's really very dangerous because of this door slam. I've already replaced the door closures on both ends, and those for $600, almost $700 pop. Just because they weren't out. And it's I'm sure it's safety glass that's in the doors, which I recently found out it's supposed to be. I'm gonna challenge it on 2 ways. I looked at the blueprints. The doors that we have now do not match the blueprints. So there was a change done then, and I haven't found any documentation that the doors were supposed to be half wood halfway up and not solid glass all the way. So I'm gonna check on a couple of things, but in my opinion, the doors need to be replaced.
Well, good report, Guy. Yeah, we'll keep checking on this. Gentlemen, any other questions you got for Mr. Burns on?
I know weight's an issue, but I'd be very leery to replace them with something that's lightweight because of the wind. I mean, at least if you got a heavy door, it ain't just taking it and throwing it open.
Yeah, these doors aren't standard, like they're really tall, they're big doors, so.
I think we just need to go some of these options and see if we can. Particularly the local one, if you'll ever come through.
Well, like I said, the local person did reach out to me earlier this morning, was tied up, so let's get back in touch with him. So hopefully we'll hear something this week and we'll keep searching, won't we, Mr. Burns? Anything else, Guy, need to add?
That's all I've got.
Okay, any other questions, commissioners? Okay, so we'll also table this one, number 8, consider an act on courthouse, yes, excuse me.
On
Mike.
both those issues on 7 and 8, there has to be a motion made, it's not correct.
Yeah.
The table, my apologies. I'll make a motion that, we'll do one at a time. Number 7, consider an act on prominence painting add-on proposal. I'll make a motion, we table this until next commissioners court meeting.
I'll second.
Second's been made by Commissioner Roddy. Any other discussion on number 7? All those in favor of tabling number 7, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? And then number 8, consider an act on courthouse entrance door replacements. I'll make a motion again. We table that till next commissioners court meeting. Waiting to hear more information from some of these other contractors.
I'll second
I made a motion. A second has been made by Commissioner Parton. Any other questions on number 8? All those in favor of tabling number 8, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. Moving on, number 9, considering an act on payment for the LEC battery backup system. This is in regards to the battery backup system, the law enforcement center. Commissioner Williams, did you want to?
Well, couple things we need to do. We need to, since this was paid, I think that the sheriff had originally at the closed meeting wanted us to put this on here. I think he said, take it off, and he said, put it on. So it's been an issue whether it should be on or not. This was paid for out of the commissary funds, but it runs the whole, this system, battery backup system runs. It's going to be part of the security system and the camera system out there at the law enforcement center. So my thinking of is I don't know if 100% we need to pay this out of the commissary fund. Maybe this is a county issue. I know Summer's probably, you're thinking, well, where are you going to get the money and all that other stuff? I understand that question.
Yes.
The other thing is we haven't seen
What the invoice is.
what an invoice says.
Yeah.
We have no clue what this is. And so I was hoping somebody here from the church department could help us out on that too, but, so I guess we can either table it or what, I don't know what. It's gonna be an issue working with, after we've done all of our interviews, and we'll talk about that in a little bit, but. From the RFPs, this could, I'm saying that we may want to make sure that this is part of this whole system.
Security
And
camera.
so that's why I'm saying that it needs to be paid for, not necessarily out of commissary funds.
Has it already been paid out upon this?
I have no idea.
Okay, so none of us have in here.
We have no idea. We haven't seen a bill or anything. But you don't see commissary funds bills, do you, or receipts?
I can, but I think, yeah. but-
And so,
Yeah, I agree. There needs to be more information. And you're right, Commissioner Williams, on these RFPs. We're dealing with these security cameras.
well,
That
every
is-
one of them said that they would be using this UPS system.
Yes, it's very integral part. to the
And
whole
that
system.
this UPS system would not just be the jail battery backup, but it would also be backing up our server that runs, if we go with the server that runs the courthouse.
Yes,
So it's a joint system that they put in.
So in my mind, it's a tricky thing, if he's already paid out commissary, and then,
Can you switch money back or no?
or, I don't think that.
I don't know the laws of the commissary funds.
That's the sheriff's special use, when it gets to decide how to use it.
Well, the other side is, at least with the invoice, if it can just present us with an invoice, we know that we can attach it to the
Yeah.
RFP system, if not.
yes.
But also we need to make sure that system we put in is gonna be compatible with the.
Correct.
I think so.
Yeah, that's why we need the invoice, I
Yeah.
would think. But
I agree.
this is just me. I think that if this system is gonna be an integral part of the whole system that we're trying to look at spending money for, then we need, maybe it shouldn't come out the commissary fund. And the only other thing is looking at his budget right now, he's gonna be needing some money before the end of the year. Line item transfers because he's overdrawn in a lot, so.
Yes.
But we'll also look at that, what we're also gonna face is a deficit budget in his fund, because what he's bringing in revenue as far as
Right,
inmates is not funding the fund, so to speak, it's not
So
bringing in the money. It's expected to-
y'all should have got the budget analysis report, what she's talking about, and it's line item and on receipt 700. We budgeted $310,000 for income, and we're only got 170 right now. And we only got 4 months left, and so that really messes up the budget. But on his line items down here, he's got a bunch here, and I don't know how he's gonna jungle this and jump this over, but he may need this commissary money, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, commissary is totally separate,
But he can use it for whatever he wants.
but
Correct?
it's related to the jail.
But he could do some of these jail trainings and stuff like that, no?
He has other special use funds, he has sheriff forfeiture, he has LEOC, he can use training out of.
Well, I'm just looking at, also, all these are, one of them's are 200% over, so. Anyway, so
Well, I agree. We need to keep looking in this.
I don't know, maybe we can reach out to him and see if we can get more information on this, but I think, Judge, when you asked him, he said table it, just take it off, he doesn't want to do anything, but I think there's more to it than not just wanting to pay.
Yeah. Well, I agree. I think we need to keep looking into it.
Because we put it on the agenda to pay for it.
Mhm.
And now he's saying take it off, so I don't know. I mean, what does anybody else say? I mean, I'd like to hear y'all's opinion, I mean, it's just me.
Well, I kind of like to see a bill for it, like you said, at least you get a bill for it to see how much it costs and. Well, we were told what, 15,000?
15,000, yeah,
A lot of money.
but it works, this other system that we're trying, that we just interviewed. 3 out of the 4 that we interviewed said that they're gonna be 100% on this system.
So yes, moving forward, we do need to figure out
Okay.
all this. So Commissioner Williams, you want to make a
Yeah,
motion on this?
I'll make a motion that we table the LLC battery backup system for another commissioner's court to be discussed.
Okay, Commissioner Williams has made a motion to table number 9, considering act on the LEC battery backup system. Here, a second from anybody?
I'll second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Williams. A second's been made by Commissioner Parton. Any other discussion? All those in favor of tabling number 9, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. Moving on, number 10, consider an act on application for unclaimed capital credits. In your packets, Commissioners, these unclaimed capital credits are from the cooperatives we have in Mills County, Comanche County Electric Co-op, Hamilton Electric Co-op, I guess Central Texas Telephone Co-op. And if you read this, I'll just read a sentence to Texas law allows counties to claim a portion of unclaimed capital credits originating from the county and use them for specific programs. The county must follow instructions in local government code section 381.004 to request funds. And on the back of this page, if it's approved, we can request these funds. County Treasurer Campbell, anything else I missed on that or need to add it?
Do we know how much funds are there?
I don't,
That's your office.
yeah. I don't know how many funds there are, if it's $100 or 1,000, but I would think we need to go ahead and approve it if we get the votes and everything for it. They're basically, these are these people, they moved off, and they can't even find who these people are. John Doe may moved off and it goes to Austin into account when they can't find the person.
And when these funds come in, where do they go?
I'm claiming credits,
Unclaimed credits?
you can work on budget analysis that is built into the revenues.
Okay.
That you're not funding.
Okay,
I make a motion that we apply for, do the application for the unclaimed capital credits.
okay. Motion has been made by Commissioner Williams to approve the unclaimed capital credits to fill out the application. I'll second that motion. We got a motion been made by Commissioner Williams, second by me. Any other discussion? All those in favor of fill out the application for unclaimed capital credit, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right. Moving on, number 11, consider an act on group medical plan. Also in your packets, commissioners, you'll see where our health plan went up 4%. Dental plan went down 3%. I think we got good insurance for the county. I want to continue with good insurance for the county. And I really don't want to raise any co-pays or anything. There's no co-pay increases proposed, correct, Summer, for this upcoming?
I mean, if you choose to go with the same plan, there's no copay because I
Yeah.
will look at that information.
Page 4,
When I get to,
I think it's page 4.
so if I go with the same one, it
Page 5.
stays the same, there's the option 1 is 1,000, 3,000, if you do option 2 is 1,500. And 4,500, so, and then the copays are $30 on the second option. If you're looking on the 2023, 2024 alternate plan proposals. They'll tell you what the renewal rates for what we have now is, and then you have an option to choose. Basically, have 3 options there. To renew what we have, or option 1 or option 2.
And say that again, to renew what we have, the option 1. No, what'd you say?
No.
The renewal rates, you look on
This-
that page, it says current plan year,
Yeah,
and then it says renewal rates.
yeah, right there, the
That's
second column.
What we have now, same plan we have.
Yes, I see that.
And
Okay.
then it goes,
One is the next plan, the next step up, and then option 2 is the third step up.
and if you look down the medical plan, it has to do with the deductible.
Uh-huh.
The current plan is 750 to 1,000 there, and then the option and 1,000 and 1,500.
An office visit's $25 versus the other options be 30. Okay.
If it's figured on 12 months, it's basically $537 per employee over a year.
Yeah, but we're paying it is what he's saying that we're not gonna change it and to take it out of the employees, so we'll just, that would be a raise, yes, that'd be a raise.
I mean, that's what I'm looking at. It went up, what, again, 4% overall.
$34 per employee, so if you. I put in like a little spreadsheet here, if we were. Fully employed, we have 49 slots for people who. Have health insurance. We had every position filled. Which is what we budgeted for. So 49 spots, so whatever the difference is. Let me just do some quick math.
If we go to the renewal rates. That's our increase.
Correct,
It's $37.30 increase per employee per month. But times that by,
About $430 a year or so per employee, roughly. 440.
And the county would be paying it instead of the employee.
perfect.
Yeah.
On
If you
renewable
can,
rates.
you can choose to keep the same plan that we have now, and you can choose to make the employee to pay.
Like
more.
$37.
That is completely up to you, how y'all make that decision.
And that's what we're here discussing this. Commissioner Rod, any comments from you on all that?
I kind of like this to go with renewable rates and the county paid for the $37 or whatever it might be. But that's what I'd like to see happen.
I concur with Commissioner Wright. I think that's a good benefit we have for Mills County employees. Have a good medical plan.
Even if you raised it to the option 1.
yeah, that's what I was just
still-
looking at, you're still
It's
paying.
still paying more, and that'd be 1,000 and 30,000, as opposed to 750 and 1,000.
If you go to the option 2, you're doubling your
Yeah,
deductible.
and you're out of pocket. Then. the savings things.
So we just keep it the same and go on.
Okay, any other discussion?
Does that, yeah, that goes into next year's budget.
Yes.
Yes, and so that's,
The effective date be October the first on this renewal,
Okay.
if we choose that.
Jackie is asking me to remind you about a CSI page on the back of this. I don't see this in the packet.
Say that again, CS what?
I don't know.
yeah, it's on the very last page.
I don't have those.
It says the county.
County specific incentive program.
So they did come and talk to me about that. It's
Health
part of,
behaviors.
yeah, it's part of the Healthy County program, and in order to kind of get away from the increase of 4%, they wanted us to implement programs in our county. So we have like competitions where we walk so many steps, other things we can do is encourage people. They wanted us to give out gift cards or something so that people would go get their annual exam. If you got everybody to have an annual exam every year, that would decrease our amount of increase, so to speak. And so it basically costs the county more money to.
Do that.
So you said it does not cost any more money if we implement?
If people get cards to go get an
Yeah.
exam, then it's costing the county more money to implement that program. That's something else I need to decide whether y'all want. The other thing he suggested was giving people more PTO days if we did an annual exam. They have to bring in a copy to my office saying they have. It has to be coded correctly. Medically coded correctly in the office as an annual exam. So it's a lot of legwork on my end too, and it's a lot of legwork on their end to make. For gift card or computer.
That does, I was about to say that it seemed like a lot of legwork. I know you don't have nothing else going on, but that just seems like a lot of work to keep track of that.
What Debbie been on and helping me, we're gonna implement more programs and just more information and education for the employees on how we can decrease our rates. And I think people will be willing to know if they can help us by going to get an annual exam every year that helps decrease the rates. Then I hope they just do that on good merit.
Sure.
Playing the devil's advocate, they're not gonna do that unless it's taking something out of their pocket. If we just keep eating the rates, if we just keep eating the rates, you're not gonna get them to go do a wellness check or whatever.
Well,
Cause there's nothing against them in their pocket, it's hurting their pocket.
and that was a suggestion too, like.
You see what I'm saying? Now, when we asked the question, was this Texas Association, everybody went up 4%
no,
or just Mills County?
just
Ours
county, yeah.
Fine,
And then, yeah. 4%'s a lot.
So we have
4%'s a lot, but if you look at their figures,
Yeah.
our claims. Last year, June of 22 was $263,000. That was the biggest one. That's, nobody's fault, but they're losing money on Mills County. They're not gonna do that.
So you have
We,
two decisions.
that's what I was about to say.
Which health insurance plan you're gonna go with, maybe three. Are you gonna make the employee pay anything and, or are we gonna implement this program? And I don't think we actually have to sign this page to implement them.
I would
If
like-
wanted to do that, I would educate the employees and ask them to go do that.
I feel like I need more information on the Healthy County CSI program. I'm really, especially how much time it take for you have to do all the work and whatnot.
So you would check the middle below, is that what you want? Or you-
Well, I mean, I'm somewhat interested. I just don't know if I want to make a decision right now or not.
I mean. Let's talk about it, brought it out. Yeah.
Okay,
And I told him, I can't get people to show up to open enrollment to invest in learning more about their insurance. I can't make them walk. That's
Sure.
something they have to be motivated to do. And on this end, you're asking us to provide incentives, which is more cost to the county, but no penalty if you don't do it, so. And I don't necessarily want to start penalizing our employees either.
Sure.
Because they're not. I don't know what the perfect, there is no perfect.
Uh-huh.
I think better education on what helps. Our rates and our increases, and I think that'll be coming once I have David take over that.
Okay.
And then he has to go to school, he has to go to training, he has to learn the program. It's part of what happens in our office.
So we're looking at two separate issues then, deciding which health insurance plan to choose. If we go with the renewal rate that we did previously, which is that second column. And the second part be the CSI incentive program, correct?
Correct.
Commissioners, comments?
Here's the only thing I've got, was it last year or 2 years ago, we had a pretty sizable increase.
Last year,
Last
the year
year.
before, they did no increase because of COVID, we had 2 years of no increase, so last year was sizable, yes.
And
Because
we
it's two-
elected to not to pay it. I feel like we need to pay this, but I think in future past this, we need to see what we're raising every year too.
If they raise it again next year at the same rate they have, we'll be paying over $1,000 a month.
Well, you already are because you're being dental too.
Well, yeah.
Well, and this, back to the CSI, I'm all for encouraging all employees to stay healthy. I mean, with checkups, whatever that need to be done.
I think we can do that on our own.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, I think I'm with you, Commissioner Williams.
We can have some more workshops at the, safety work meetings and stuff like that from the road end standpoint.
Yeah. I agree with you, Commissioner Williams. I think by just passing word on the employees,
I
get
would
your
just say
checkup,
not.
stay healthy.
I'd say not interested.
Okay. Would I hear a motion on anything, folks?
I think Mike did Mike, was that nomination he just talked about?
Yes, I did.
Okay, Commissioner Wright, you want to restate that motion again, regarding this is, again, we're on number 11, group medical plan. Go ahead.
I'll make a motion to do the renewal rate for NG for the $969.82.
Okay, motion's been made by Commissioner Wright. Do I hear a second?
I'll second it.
A second's been made by Commissioner Head. Any other discussion, commissioners? All those in favor of approving the renewal rates, 1100-NG for the upcoming fiscal year, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? None opposed. The renewal rates have been approved. Now, did we still need to do something on the CSI, Summer?
I think you all should vote on that, yes.
Okay. Okay, now to the CSI that we're discussing earlier. Commissioner Williams, you want?
I make a motion, we take no action in the CSI program right now from healthy counties.
Okay. Commissioner, Commissioner Wright, Commissioner Williams has made a motion for not to pursue the CSI this time program. Commissioner Wright seconded. Any other discussion? All those in favor, say aye. Aye. We will not pursue the CSI program as of this time. Okay. Moving on to number 12. Consider an act on new EMS building. Mr. Burns, you might come up here. I will report to the court that I was out early this morning and Buster Taylor, our local concrete person, is out there with a rebar and his crew about to get ready to start setting forms and rebar. And I'll turn over to you, Mr. Guy Burns.
Yeah, on site right now, we have an electrician on site. As soon as he finishes putting in the service, then we'll have the 18 people on site. All the interior doors were repaired and reinstalled correctly. They look good. And the follow up on those garage, the
Roll-up
doors. 4 of the 6 doors we found damaged, when the commissioners pointed out to me. And I contacted Terrell Harris on that, and he said that they will either repair the doors or replace the doors. He said it's a brand new building, we should have brand new doors, no dents, no dings. So I have his word on that, that'll be taken care of.
Sounds like we need to go with a different door company.
Well, that's all basic idea. I keep, they're the ones that have the contractors come in. And first of all, they didn't install the doors at the correct height.
Yeah.
And they had to come back, and then when they came back, they using forklift, they didn't pad the forks, so they didn't the doors when they were putting them up, so that's on them.
Well, thank you for looking after all that, guy. I'm glad you caught all that, the commissioners too.
The other thing that
Yeah.
The other thing Terrell Harris and I talked about is that when the building is completed, he and I are gonna do a walkthrough and we're gonna do a punch list. And I'll be critical on everything. I'm not
Good.
in everything. So we'll make sure everything's acceptable, and then I'll bring that commissioner's court or commissioner court to approve it before they turn the building over to the county.
So after the concrete work, again, you're gonna meet with Terrell and go through a walkthrough. What else are we got to work on after this concrete work?
Okay, so once the concrete's finished, the interior, we still have the electricians to finish. They're put in lighting now and everything, and then we have the AC guys finished up with that. Then we're gonna come in, they still have some appliances, put in. And the floors have to be cleaned and polished out. And then we'll have to discuss whatever landscaping that the board wants to do on the end of the building, if any at all.
Okay.
The back part of the building is gonna be unfinished. That'll be the west side until the board decides,
Sure.
on
Keep
that.
up in landscape.
The only other thing that, we're waiting on the city to move the water meter, because it's a little too close to the building, which. I'll take responsibility on that one. It sits right in the middle of the sidewalk, half in, half out, so there's no way. So it has to be moved out of the way. That'll get done.
Need to make sure there's a cutoff from that thing if there's no.
Yeah, there has to be a valve and an RPC put in, and I've had that discussion with the superintendent once, I'll have a discussion with the superintendent, so.
Just also add on to that, the commissioners that went up there and give kudos to Robert for getting that grade done for.
Yes.
Custer. His guys did a heck of a job, and Dale, thank you for helping, and Mike, you guys that brought up some material, so I think it's been a good joint.
A team effort.
We've also did quite a bit of hauling and tried to fix some of we won't know, but we tried to go in the impound yard and fix some damage that the sheriff had in his impound yard.
What drainage and whatnot.
Yeah, we're still waiting on who's gonna pay for the piping to fix some of that, so,
Okay.
but that was in conjunction with the EMS, so.
Okay. Any other questions for Mr. Guy Burns? Guy, we thank you for attending this job. You've been a great asset to working on this whole project over there daily, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times.
Looking forward to the 1st of August.
Well, Guy, you've done a great job. Well, thank you and keep up the great work.
You might tell Terrell we appreciate him too.
Yeah, all of us. Yeah, thanks to Terrell. Okay, moving on, number 13, Commissioners' requests and reports. Commissioner Wright, go ahead.
We've been hauling and blading material on county roads 505, 506, 510, 512, 517, 314, and 313. Doug Marasco called me this morning, and they're gonna be working on county road 429. They're putting in a 10 horn for the last entrance going into the subdivision, and they're gonna do that this week. That's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner Head.
Well, we hauled some material on one road and done. Worked the EMS office, and then we've been pushing up material and shredding quite a bit. Done some patchwork on some other spots where we get some potholes and stuff, but other than that. Shredder last week was running it and bearing them that runs the blades. It kind of went out on us, so we took that apart and sent that off to get it fixed.
Okay. Thank you, Commissioner Parton.
Of course, worked up at the EMS for 2 or 3 days. All the rock up there to try to fix that washing wall was all up there. Basically finished blading some roads. Working on a lot of Johnson grass, got the shredder this morning, or getting it from Jason and gotta shred some of the creek spots, corners, and try to kill the rest of it, or not kill it, back it down with chemicals. You get good rain, you got a lot of bloodweed, Johnson grass.
Yeah, that bloodweed is
And
10 foot tall. or-
And it shows up overnight too.
And I will tell you, the bloodweed I found, put some 2,4-D in with your chemical, it'll kill bloodweed. Yeah. It don't take much, but it.
And you can buy that in the small one without having a license, correct?
Yeah,
in the small
I got insight on that.
Good deal. Okay. Commissioner Williams?
Like everybody else, worked at the EMS, also did a bunch of blading, trying to get, most of my blading's been out the Big Valley area. Finishing up out there this morning. Also, we did 2 days of interviews between last court, and we interviewed 4 different companies on the RFPs for the cameras and security system. Just to inform the court, I'm working with David Sons, and we are preparing a spreadsheet to present to the court, so it's a lot easier to read than and taking the 4 different RFPs and putting it into a readable. So we don't have, what would be about 600 pages trying to look at all that. But anyway, working that all out, and trying to put it so that y'all can see the questions and apples to apples. So we're hoping to have that by the next commissioner's court, so we can look at that. If not, before, and the judge would have a call commissioner's court. I do want to inform you that through these interviews, all of them, 100% said they have to work hand in hand with the IT people.
Yes.
Without the IT people, it's going to be very difficult to do the camera systems.
And Goldsmith's done a great job on asking the technical questions about all these security cameras.
Most of us were all there the whole time, got to interview everybody. Some people had to step out at different times or not there, but most everybody was represented there.
Yeah.
The only other thing that I'm going to be out of, I can be by phone or by Zoom next week. I'm gonna be in Lubbock. I guess on vacation. I don't know how you say that, but
Vacation in Lubbock.
vacation in Lubbock with the Lady Eagles basketball team as a parent sponsor. I don't know how I got voluntold, but anyway, I did. So I'll be up there, and and Sam and I are gonna work and try to get all of the RFP
Good.
stuff done online next week. So
Good deal.
other than that, I don't know anything else.
Okay. Good report. Number 14, County Judge's Report. First off, the 183 and Highway 16 where the new Dollar General store is. I took some of that dirt on some personal property of mine, and the rest of it went to Commissioner Wright's precinct. And Commissioner Wright, I think they took probably 150 loads of dirt, a bunch, which is good. It saved the county some money on all that.
Well, I'm
Dirt,
gonna try to deal with Scott McCoy on that, and run his crusher up, crush all that, so I can take it directly out to some of my roads.
So are you getting all that, or is there any of us
Well,
get it?
I get it, pretty soon one.
Well, I thought Jet told us we could all go up there and get some.
No, that's pretty soon one.
Okay. Anyway, we did get some
Robbed on that one, didn't we?
some good dirt on that. Budget process is still going on. I still need some more meetings with some of the elected officials and whatnot. Work on the budget process rest of the week. Jackie Burns will be out in the week, and she told me to stress, make sure everybody gets everything as soon as possible regarding to the agenda in 2 weeks from today. And she will be unreachable, and she will not be in Lubbock, Texas either. So, and I guess that is everything from the judge's report. So number 15, adjournment.
Make a motion with adjourn.
A motion been made by Commissioner Wright to adjourn, a second by Commissioner Williams. All those in favor of adjourning, say aye. Aye. Everyone have a great week. Meeting adjourned.